one of the things with marketing is that really good ideas, if ever they're exclusive for a short period of time. When something works, the odds are you're not the only one that had that idea at the same, at the same time. And people that didn't have the original idea with you, when they see it working, are going to copy what it is that you're doing. Almost everybody's on social media. So everybody will understandably feel like they have a good idea of how social media works. And they're not entirely wrong. But the difference between a social media manager and someone that's not a social media manager comes down to the amount of time the person that's a social media manager spends thinking about social media. And so what that looks like in real life is, if you're really good at what you do, you're a step or two steps ahead. So by the time the idea comes to you, it's not that it's stupid, it's just you've tried it and it didn't work. There is something to be said sometimes too for trying it again, trying it differently.
It's often said that, for things to be successful, you have to give it time. You don't do things and then just leave them halfway. Is there a way that you're able to balance this, where it's like, we've tried this for 7 days. Should we wait to try it a bit more to see if there's something that sticks, or, let's just pack this up and move on?
I think there's a tension there, especially for young companies and marketers in positions where they need to prove themselves. You kind of have to figure out a way to marry the long-term necessities with the short-term necessities. And so there are very specific strategies that have no short-term impact. There are specific strategies that work better over a long period of time, but can show some short-term tracking, if you will. So this also comes down to some degree about your ability as a marketer or a marketing professional to present what it is that you want to do and what success looks like to the people who make the decision on whether you should go ahead or not go ahead. I think we need to have a conversation about the state of Nigerian influencers. It is a hot mess. So I feel like that is one thing that marketers are not talking about. And I'm not saying this to disparage influencers. I have heard of situations where the things that brands and marketers are asking influencers doesn't make any sense. It's not fundamentally creative, and I don't know whether that has now evolved into a position where influencers just incredible geniuses when they're putting out organic content. The moment it becomes a sponsored post, all the creativity, Steph Curry inside the basket, out the window. I think we're at the beginning of the end of the ability to outthink, because information now is commoditized and you're in a situation where everyone is fighting for attention. There's a saying I love so much: things that have never happened before happen all the time, and it's because in part they are just presented with shock and awe. So what I believe is important right now, if you're starting, even no matter where you are, to be honest, in the career ladder in a field like ours, is your ability to execute better than anybody else. Just period, point blank.